If I had to say, what's one thing that most of the human population can agree upon? I think many people can agree that family problems are very relatable because they're very real. They cause stress and they can be part of our life forever. The ultimate entanglement is family. And if you don't make adult decisions to separate from certain family problems, you will repeat them and more than likely repeat a family pattern through generational habits. And you got to be very cautious of that. Adam, great to see you. My newest member. Love to you, brother. Good evening. Sometimes you have to remember family problems like your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend. After you break up and you separate, you start to remember the relationship better than what it was. Same thing with family. Let's say you come to America, okay? You marry an American, you come to America, and you start to miss your family back in another country. And in other countries, especially in third world countries, family is everything because many times people have children for survival. In America, before the Industrial Revolution, when most of America was farmers, they had several children just to tend the farm. But I say all that to say, you come to America to live the American dream, and the American dream is independence. Family is the opposite. Family are literally dependents. Oh yeah, and they're gonna fight who puts who as a dependent on the tax forms. That's right. So you come to America to live this dream of independence, and you say, "Well, I want to go back to the simple life." And you go back to visit maybe your family in the country you're from, and now they don't look at you like family; they look at you like the dollar bill, because you owe them. You're rich now. You're a rich American. And you're going to see family's not family. Family's only family when you have no other choice and it's survival. What I could tell you is this. One of the most important things in life, whether you live in America, Jordan, Afghanistan, Israel, Mexico, or Oklahoma, is if you have the physical and mental capability, you have to live an independent life by yourself. Even if it means you struggle a little bit, whether you live in a car, or whether you live in a shared apartment, or whatever, whether you work at Walmart, DoorDash, or you work for a big corporation, or whether you live off disability, or whether you live off Social Security, keep your independence as long as you can. Because living with other people sucks. And family problems are heightened when adult family members live together. You'll destroy your life. Destroy your life living with family. You'll destroy your life staying around family. And then you'll blame your family because you're scared to go to another state or another country and build your own life. See, many people, and I noticed this because, guys, Florida's pretty much another country compared to New Jersey. Distance-wise, it's about 1,500 miles. Okay, it's a 2-day drive. Okay, I could take a 6-8 hour airplane and be in another country. And I've met many people because some of my Florida videos that they live in another state, and really why they can never come to Florida is family. And then they blame their family, but you have to make that decision. And then you'll miss your family, and then you'll go back, and then you realize you should have never went back, like a relationship. That's right. Family problems. The gossip. The probate to battle over inheritance. The people that live with you that you don't like, and they don't like you, and there's stress. and there's alcohol and there's arguing, and then you wish death on each other, and then you feel bad. And then you apologize, and then a couple days later, the cycle of abuse continues. Family problems. The people think that you owe them money. They think that you owe something. It's not fair. Let me tell you something. Whether it's money, whether it's jealousy, that's why Cain killed Abel, whether you migrated to America or whether you were born in America, you're going to see family problems in your life. Some will be because of money, some because you're living with them too long, some because you have an idea. You imagine what family is greater than what it was. Thank God for good family. Thank God if you have a good mother, I do. Thank God for the father the best he could. Thank God for your siblings for good times. But you're an adult male, right? Or adult woman. You got a fingerprint. You're different. Why do people have different fingerprints? Why does a mother have a different fingerprint than a son? Why does a daughter have a different fingerprint than a father? You're different. Let the people mind fucking religion that says we're all connected. We're not connected. Okay? Because like Jesus said, who's my mother? Who's my brother? See, what I could tell you is this, guys. Jesus knew, like you should know, he ran away from home at an early age. They found him in a church. I'm not saying you should run away from home. Jesse, good to see you. Jesse says, I know she was struggling with her family the other day. She goes, so true, Sam. It's like going back to an ex. Damn right. I've done that before. Seinfeld did a whole episode about that. The first breakup never lasts. You want to destroy your life? Keep going back to your ex. And then you blame your ex? I dare any psychopath to leave a comment that your ex was a narcissist. You know what it shows me? You're a piece of shit, okay? And you have a mental problem, okay? Because what type of an adult doesn't take accountability for choosing a mate and then choosing to go back to them? I'll tell you what type. A manipulator. A silent, emotional abuser. A victim player. Yeah, you know the psychopath. They don't know, but if you show them 50 cents, they become a hedge firm. Yeah, they know about money then. You got to take accountability for your life. And part of accountability is, you know what? I can't go back to that which is unhealthy. And I have to take accountability that I shouldn't have went back. It's my fault. I shouldn't have stayed so long in Jersey this summer. My fault. You know, I remember saying that when I had to go back, when I went back to New Jersey, and I'm glad I went back to New Jersey during the height of the coronavirus, because I didn't know it was going to happen. I wanted to make sure my mom was all right. I wasn't sure how I wanted to play it. But then I got caught in a negative algorithm where I was up there longer than I wanted to be. Society still wasn't fully open. And then hurricane season was coming. I was like, I'll wait till after hurricane season. And went through a couple arguments, and it reinforced that, like I always knew, like I knew since young, I got to live my own life. I love my mother. I'm blessed with a good mother. But it reinforced that. Your mother wants to live alone. Your father wants to live alone. Guys, girls, if you don't want to live alone, what you want is to bring misery on other people. You want someone to talk to, someone to bother, someone to buy you cigarettes. What do you want? Someone to blame, a narcissist, a politician, a family member? All family will fuck your life up. Thank God for family. But I'll tell you this, you're going to owe them. And I'll tell you this, write a $5,000 check, cut your father out of your life. Now that's harsh. It is harsh. It's something that'll haunt you, but I'll tell you this. I know people that'll never live their life. They're in their mid-40s. It'll take another 10 years for their father to die. Okay, and then they're going to do another 2-3 years of probate. And then they're going to be in their 50s, 60s. It's just a cycle. Look, guys, you could play that game. You could fuck up your life. I'm not saying what I did is always right. You know, it's like, it's a tough call. But every time I talk to people, one of the common threads is family problems. Some people talk about them, most people don't. Some people do something about them, most people don't. Some people project their family problems on you. Like I had a couple people, great people, I love them. They projected their comments on me because they were arguing with their children. Someone rear-ended my mother and totaled her car 2 years ago. It was a guy in a pickup truck, and he admitted to his wrong. And you know why he rear-ended my mom at a stoplight? Because he said he was arguing with his son, and he was so upset he wasn't paying attention. Family problems. It'll make you rear-end someone. It'll make you leave a negative comment. It'll make you feel self-conscious that you're not trying to go out there and be independent. It's self-conviction. I'll tell you this. You have a calling in life. And that calling, okay, is to try to get to a level where you can live life on your terms and your way. But that's going to mean you're going to have to do some things that are painful. Okay. And not blame people. Okay. And be willing to figure it out. All right, back to live comments. I apologize. This is Jesse O now. Only with family you feel extra bad because you are blood related. Yeah, Jesus said that don't matter. I said that don't matter. Yeah, guys, look, blood related don't matter, in my opinion. But you're right. You're 100% right. I will not be around my family a lot. I love my mother. If my mother ever got sick, where she needed me, I would set something up, do what we got to do. Same thing, I have no harsh feeling toward my siblings, but I'm not going to lie, just like they're not going to lie. You know, it wouldn't be healthy for me to live in a household with them, okay, and vice versa, okay? So why would you do it? Only because of manipulation or money. That's it. A guilt trip is narcissism. A guilt trip is narcissism. A guilt trip is such a powerful form of manipulation that they should make a gospel song about it called I Got the Victory in Guilt Trips, okay, starring Yolanda Yuckmouth. Okay. And what I want to tell you is this. Don't blame your family. Love them from a distance. If they need you and if it's an emergency, be there for them. Now, look, maybe there's some exceptions, but I knew church-going people, great people, that, yeah, their parents moved away and they go back and forth. But they argue sometimes about, who's going to get the house, who's going to get this. I don't really trust people who are too nice and positive. I don't look at them like it's not possible to be nice, because some people are nice, but I know everyone's got that in them, okay, where everyone's plotting, to a certain degree. I'm not going to be like overly negative as far as like I think the world's shit. No, because the world was shit, guys, it'd be total anarchy. If we're in a first world country, guys, look, we got to meet. I just had tropical burst. Everything's good. Everything's good. But what I want to tell you tonight, and we'll go back to live comments, forgive me for being long on this, is that the reason a first world country is great is because you don't have to live with family to survive. And if you make it to a first world country, your family back home will never let you forget that you owe them. And they're going to always look at you funny when you're shining and you're not giving them money. Okay. And that's the way it's going to be. Because I know people that migrated here, and that's the way it was. Okay. My grandparents migrated here from Italy, and that's the way it is. And if you had inherited a lot of money, guys, I don't know. It's like, I understand that too. Look, I understand all perspectives. Rich, poor, and in the middle. What I could tell you is this. Every type of person I met, every background, every race, every religion, every economic scale, family problems is a common thread. That's why this video will probably get traction. Okay. I'm going to upload a video tomorrow about how to take a dookie. We'll see how that does. Tonight, Family problems. Rich, poor, fat or ugly. Drug addict or sober. Family problems. I know people that moved away from Florida because of family problems. I know people that never moved to Florida because of family. You know, take your pick. Marcel, love to you, man. Hey, Sam, hey, you. How are you, Marcel? Shout overseas. Love to you, brother. Kathy, hey, Kathy. Shout to Chicago. Never get into family issues, dramas. I always remind myself to stay out of others' business. Kathy, excellent comment. When your siblings fight, don't get involved. When your siblings fight with your parents, don't get involved. Unless there's an emergency, don't get involved. You'll destroy your life. If there is an emergency, call 911. Why? You'll destroy your life. Jason's Lyric, great movie. You know what happened? A brother tried to save another brother, 2 siblings, and destroyed his life. You can't change your family. You could barely change yourself. All your life, your job is to change it. Now, do you owe your family? Hey, guys, look. We all, we can say we owe everyone. But that's why in first world countries, we have social programs so that people who need help can go get them. Okay. And outside of that, guys, there's nothing you can do. Period. And at what point does it stop? You know, at what point do I have to stop thanking my father for everything? At what point do we have to count every penny who got more? At what point does it stop? It never stops. So, you know what I'll tell you? You better figure out how you want to live your 80 years on this earth. Okay. Because what I could tell you is this. I don't care if you came here from overseas. Don't go back. Because they're going to have your hand in your pocket. And it ain't going to be the same. You're not going to be roasting marshmallows and chilling. They're going to be looking at... I have so many people that keep telling me to go overseas. And I keep telling them, guys, I don't want to. If you want to, go ahead. And these are the same people that, you know, are like poor here and go overseas because they want to be rich. But they look at rich people here badly. So I don't know how they think if they go to a poor country and they're the rich person, how do you think other people looking at them like, oh, give me some money, you got money. It's hustling. So for me, what I want to tell you is you have to figure out your own life. I don't want to tell you how to live. I'm sharing my thoughts, my experience. Again, I have love. Guys, I have love for everyone. I'm grateful for the positive parts of my family. There's negative parts. And I don't try to blame anyone. I just move on. You know, I could still sit there in New Jersey, babying my father, trying to make him happy, calling him once a week, go visit him. But I can't, I got to be quiet and hear him talk about Trump or hear him talk about, I don't want to hear that shit. Or hear him talking about your sister. And then I don't want to hear my sister talking about some other crazy shit. And then my mom's got her own way she wants to live life. Everyone wants to live their life their own way. And I respect that. And then I look in the mirror and I say, you know what? I'm a 40-year-old man. Not my job to change everyone, to be everyone. Okay. I love everyone. I want everyone to do great. But guess what? Everyone's got to wipe their own ass. If there's an emergency, then help comes in emergency form. But I always tell you guys and girls, if you're living your life like every day is an emergency, you are caught in the misery loves company algorithm, where toxic people run shit and the tail wags the dog. And I'll tell you right now, I don't want to be anywhere around that shit. I'd rather be in an all-night gas station all the days of my life. And I always tell you guys, if I die, one of my members, tell the officials to let my ashes be set in the Atlantic Ocean and raffle off my inheritance. Okay. But what I could tell you is this, guys. Some people, the best part of their life is dreaming about the afterlife. I don't want to live that life. I've met people like that. They've gotten so hopeless or so lazy that their biggest goal is to think about the next life. Now, look, guys, I believe in God, even though sometimes I question him, and I hope we all have heaven. But for me, one of the reasons I wanted to get spiritual was not just for like an afterlife, was for how do I make my life better this life? Okay. And I focus all my energy on that every day because I want to suffer less. Now, some people, they put no energy into it. They wake up and think about what's the next life going to be? Was I a squirrel in my previous life? I don't want, God, what the fuck kind of shit is that? And I damn sure don't want to figure out what's my sibling going to do? What's my mom going to say? What's my father going to, hey, look, you had your shot. Okay. You kept doing the same algorithm. You know that algorithm. You know, they try to act nice, but really they beat a cow with a wooden post. They try to act nice, but they let a dog not get a drink of water. You know, they try to act nice, but they BB gunned a squirrel. You know, they try to act like they don't watch the news, but then they bring up something from the news. You know the type. You know the type. They do some great things for you, but they're also never going to change. So you have to decide. Do you want to live where you're constantly smelling secondhand smoke? Now, maybe they don't smoke, but when you're around toxic people, guys, that's what you smell in your soul. And they're counting your money. They're counting your joy. What I can tell you is you're going to have that secondhand smoke in your life, and you can never get it off your clothes. And you got to be very careful, guys and girls. Because in this life, I don't know about next life, guys. Hopefully next life is popping too. But in this life, guys, family problems is the common denominator. Okay? Common denominator. And some of my biggest trolls are people who live with their family. And they fucking are nasty. Okay? And I don't give a fuck. Okay? Because I'll tell you, I wouldn't want to live anywhere near them. Okay? And the one reason, I'll tell you right now, I don't live the nomad life so I can make a movie starring me called No Man Land. I live the nomad life so I don't have to answer to as many people. So I can live life on my terms, not so I can glorify poverty in a desert. Because let me tell you something, if you didn't find yourself before you left your house or your apartment, you damn sure ain't gonna find yourself in an all-night gas station. And some people are running from family problems. I never ran from family problems. I went right through them. I addressed them. I tried to see what ones we could work out, which ones we couldn't. I talk about them, and then I move on. That's all right. Well, this ain't going to change. I'll move on and build my own life. If you're not going to build your own life, guys, what are you going to do? I'll tell you this, you're never going to be able to build your own life living with your family. You're not. Doesn't matter if you're on the mortgage, if they're on the mortgage, if it's rent-free, and nothing's free, guys. Okay, nothing's free. Now, I ain't going to lie, the ice at the gas station is still free. But I filled up my tank, and right now in Florida, gas is $2.58 a gallon. Pluto! Oh, damn, Pluto, man. And all my members, guys, thank you for being gracious. I miss all these comments. Pluto, 99-cent super chat, sunglass face emoji, and $1.99 super chat, microphone emoji. Damn it, Pluto, thank you, brother. Thank you to all my members to get back live comments. Pluto, love to you. You did the right thing. You built your life out in California. You ventured out. You would have still been stuck in PA. And even though I think you love your brother Tariq, you did the right thing. You got to live your life. You got to go out there and figure it out. Pluto, thank you. Thank you, Pluto. Adam, my parents are getting to the end of their life right now. I know me and my brother might have issues between each other, and when it comes down to it, the two properties and all the materialistic stuff. Good comment, Adam. Your parents will take longer to die than you think, at least in most instances. It'll probably stretch out another 10, 15 years. And then you'll have another 2 or 3 years in probate. So the best thing a parent could do is just divide the assets while they're alive or write the will so clear there's no dispute. But That's in my experience in life, usually death drags out. It's not quick. And that's the biggest burden, is who's going to be the caretaker, who's going to send them to hospice, what's going to do this. That's a shit show. So I pray that doesn't happen. And all I can tell you is this. This is what I want to tell everyone tonight. Inheritance is a big part of family problems. Whether you're Donald Trump and he went through family problems, read books about that, about inheritance. Or whether you're just a regular person, for a $10,000, $100,000 inheritance, whatever. What I want to tell you is this. If you depend on a family inheritance for your retirement fund, for your independence, you're fucked. You're going to waste your entire life waiting for that inheritance. If you get an inheritance, you treat it like a super chat. It's cherry on the top. Thank God for Pluto. I thank God for Pluto and every member in here. But you guys know the reason I have the liberty to be myself is because I don't have to depend on it. If I had to depend on it, it'd be a totally different show. It'd be a totally different life. And when you depend on an inheritance, you're going to be the nastiest motherfucker in that lawyer's office. I know the type that Google about laws and regulations and what can do this, but they never Google about how to get a job. They never Google about how to stop smoking cigarettes, how to stop drinking. You know the type. They're the family problem child that will be there to the day you leave this earth. Okay. And they'll throw everything in your face on what they did for you and why you're treating like that. Okay. They're guilt tripper. All I can tell you is this: be civil, get the fuck away from them. Work, and if you get an inheritance, it's cherry on the top. If you get a super chat, cherry on top. You get a new member, cherry on top. But if you run your channel like that, if you run your life like that, put on a pair of Mickey Mouse ears, okay? Because you are nothing but a puppet in an amusement park. You're there for the entertainment of others, not for yourself. And that's not creative. That's crap. And any family member that loves you understands exactly what I just said, and they have no problem with it. Any family member that wants to fuck you hates what I just said, and they're going to plot revenge. You know the type. They Google their ex. They Google this and this and that. They're internet investigators, but they never Google how to improve their life. I always find that interesting. Like, you can Google so many things. You can research so many things. But you're always in someone else's business. Why? I know why. Problem child. Guys, I don't want to know what other people are doing. If I want to know what other people are doing, guys, I don't even ask anymore. I was going to say I only ask. I only look on YouTube for things I want to see. I don't go looking on Instagram. Oh my God, let me find a person in high school. I see people doing that shit. Yeah, once in a while, if I run across something, I'll look. But I'm not looking for it. Okay? Some people looking for trouble. Some people spend all their life looking for trouble, looking for problems. And I'm not looking for problems. Thank you, Adam, for sharing. Hal, what's up, my man, Sam? How was your Thursday? Overall, it's a great Thursday, man. Weather's great. I feel overall I'm in a good zone. I'm just sharing this topic because as a creator, I have to channel my life experience and hit a relevant topic, okay, with passion and, again, personal experience. But overall, I would say I'm doing good. Overall, I say I'm in a positive swing. So I'm very grateful. How was your day, man? Jesse, father remarried. His own fault then. Let him suffer then. And I don't mean that like, you know what I mean. And added 2 kids. Oh, yeah, fucked his life up. And 55, hot mess, in my opinion, total disaster. My father should have never remarried, but he did, and I don't want to deal with it. Okay. His new wife was nice, but she liked Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh dead. Okay. And they're going to both be dead. What I can tell you is this. Birds of a feather flock together. Okay. So my father, who has OCD and he has anxiety, he likes everything particular. That type of person should be alone. Not with someone else, not building a house. You should be, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't care. Because I try to say, look, do what you want. That's your life. Okay. But what I can tell you, Jesse O, you got to get the fuck away from him. Okay. And if he says, like, you got to call him once a week or once a this, hey, you might as well, now for me, I don't do that shit anymore. Okay. But you got to be willing to walk away from inheritance. Okay, that's what I did. And I'd walk away from another one if I had to. I cut my mother off if I had to. I love my mother. My mother been great. But I'm just trying to say, guys, I came to a certain point in my life, and you can say, well, that's not right, makes me bitter. Well, hey, I look at other people's life, and I'm not happy with what I see with their life. So, only because, like, guys, my mom's been great. I love my mom. I'm very grateful for my mom. So but I always make the point, I would cut off anyone at this point in my life if they brought me more stress than peace. Why? Because what am I going to do? Destroy my life just for the sake of family? Then I might as well be dead. And you say, well, that's a bitter way to live life. Well, I look at your life and whoever I'm talking to. And I see a fucked up person. Bad habits, bad mental health, bad physical health. Your fucking dreams are expired. Your inspiration's inspired. Okay. And you're fucking popping so many pills, daydreaming your ass off, taking no action. I damn sure don't think that you're headed down the right path. So, guys, I'm not going to say that anything I just said is easy, but all I can tell you is that's my mindset. Super chat. Cherry on the top tonight, guys. Marcel, we're in the Eurozone. I'm looking to follow Pluto's footstep. Pluto did the right thing, man. He went from PA to California. Want to live in Northern Cal. That's where he's at, man. Taking steps to improve my life free of substances. That's a big step, man. Amen. Find yourself before you move. Before you get in your car, before you travel, find yourself. That's what I tell you. Life can be a tough road. Life's a disaster. There's some good parts about it. There's cherries on top. There's beach. There's Latino milfs in South Florida. Now, in Northern Cali, there's a lot of gay guys, I think. So if you like gay, Northern Cali's popping. I support equal rights. I do. I do support equal rights, all my heart. I'm all for neutral bathrooms. But I'm telling you right now, guys, I don't know. Like, for me, South Florida. I got to be about Latino mills, the Caribbean vibe. There's a lot of gay guys down here, too. I see them, like, wearing Speedos. Okay. There's gay people everywhere. But all I'm trying to say is, for me, I have to be... one is you have to find yourself before you move. Because even if I'm around beautiful women, if I'm not at peace with myself, I fuck myself. So if it's your dream, if you're gay and you wanted to move to Northern Cali, you say, I'm going to be around all these gay guys. It's accepted. We could do this. We could do that. But if you're not at peace with yourself, all you're going to do is get plastic surgery and give a blowjob. That's true. Pluto says yes. All the best to you. Pluto, I guarantee you, how many people you see with plastic surgery out there in Northern Cal? Now, in South Florida, do they have plastic surgery? There's some plastic surgery in some spots. But the whole point is, guys, I see a lot of people down here in South Florida, they ran away from their life. They came to Florida because they were running away from family problems, but they never worked on themselves. Like I always tell you guys, I got planted in a church. I lost 200 pounds. I got my career together. Why? Because I was all about finding myself before I found my passion or developed my passion. And some people aren't trying to find themselves. They're just trying to find someone to fuck with. Okay? Whether it's in Northern Cal or Southern Florida. And that's what I mean by that statement. Some people are moving to an area just so they can find people that are like them. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because how can you find someone that's like you if you don't know yourself? An insecure person can never know themselves. Someone who's abusing substances can never find themselves. Because you're a different person when you're drunk. You're a different person when you're high. I don't care if weed's legal. You're a different person when your mind is altered with drugs. Okay. And it doesn't matter where you live on this earth. If you're not focusing on self-care, it's a disaster. Good job. Pluto, I'm gonna go back live comments. I will spend my life in Northern California, San Diego, South Florida. Life does not have to be boring and uninspiring. Well, that's the fight we're up against every day, brother. That's true. All right, back live comments in order. Yeah, Jesse O, yeah, your father did the same thing my father did. Total disaster. Jesse O, I read yesterday that David Foster, 71, is having a kid with some 36-year-old chick. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who that is. I think about my man Infinity. Look, guys, I know a guy that got a vasectomy. He married a chick with 3 kids. So, I don't even know. I was going to say, like, he should have got a vasectomy. But some people, and I love this guy that married a girl with 3 kids. But I don't know. Everyone's different, man. But when I see this guy that married this girl with 3 kids, he's got his own family problems. So I don't know. And he made more family problems because of this chick. Okay. Oh, man, I don't know, man. Stay single is my answer. My opinion. In a first world country, there's no reason to get married or have kids. In a third world country, you have kids for survival and you marry a person from a first world country, so you can get the fuck out of there. And then when you go back home to your family, they all want money from you. Yep. So what I can tell you is stay in a first world country and send them home some change, okay? As much as you want, but don't let them see you. That's what I tell you guys. Don't buy a big house because then everyone wants to live with you. Yeah, buy a small... Guys, the more you have, the more people want to come live with you. Guys, no one can fit in a Jeep Renegade. Sorry. All right, back left comments. Pluto, thank you again, brother. You've been very gracious. You're a good man. Love to you and Marcel. Marcel, I cut my father off, for the most part, due to his inability to move on from the past. It's an algorithm. Like, they'll be good for about 5 years or 5 weeks, and then they bring up something from 15 years ago. They can't help it. It's something in their mind they don't want to change, or they can't change. That's what really did me at the end, Marcel. It's like, I knew my dad in certain ways, and he did some great things, so I don't want to be unfair. I don't want to call him a narcissist, okay, like some bitch that just got a divorce. Oh, my ex was a narcissist. Shut up. Shut up. I judged you to get her out of here, man. Shut up. As soon as I hear that, man, I'm like, what a disaster. But I can deal with people to a certain level because I know, like, everyone's struggling in life. But one kind of harsh reality that I found with my father was we'd get to a certain point and then he'd go into this pattern of behavior where he would bring up something from the past, not necessarily one thing, but he would do something to trigger a conversation or trigger an emotion. And maybe he couldn't help himself, because what I learned from my mother and from the side of my family that had obesity, some people can't help themselves with food. And some people can't help themselves with negative emotions. So I do have empathy that just like a glutton can't stop eating, an asshole can't stop agitating. So I have compassion. However, I'm not going to deal with that shit. I got in a big argument with my mom about eating too much chicken. And I said, Ma, when I was trying to lose weight, I can't be around you. I could be around her now, but I was willing to separate from my mom because I wasn't going to die of obesity. And I told my father, look, I'm not going to live some negative ass life like you, where you blame everything on this person or this thing or this politician or this. I'm not living that fucking life. What type of life, what type of man still has a Trump flag in front of his house? I'll tell you what type of man. Piece of shit. Okay, in my opinion. Because for me, okay, that's not how I want to live. Okay. So you say, well, who are you barking at my phone? Yeah, I'm someone barking at my phone, minding my damn business on my channel. That's who I am. Okay. Because if I was in your house, I wouldn't be talking like this because it's not my house. And guess what? I don't think your house, I don't think your life is even interesting enough to want to come sit with you. Because I know what your life is. Shit. Okay. I could smell the secondhand smoke as soon as I drove by you. Yep. Toxic motherfucker. And so what I could tell you is this. Okay. I know who I'm dealing with. Okay. And I know who I'm not dealing with. Okay. I know I am in my own sanctuary. Okay. Why don't you go on your own? I'll tell you why, because you don't have a sanctuary. You have a hell. And misery loves company. And guess what, guys? I'm not coming to that party. Okay. Because I don't want to be friends with you in this life or the world, life after this. Okay. I don't. I hope you get into heaven, guys. I already told you guys, I'm a good bouncer. I'll let you guys in. Let everyone in. I don't give a fuck. But if you fuck some shit up, you're getting thrown out. I never want to stop someone's blessing. I never want to stop someone from getting money or having fun or doing whatever. Just don't bother me. Don't bother the greater good. But if you're the type of person who thrives off arguments and conflicts, let there be weeping and gnashing of the teeth. Because what type of person thrives off toxicity? I'll tell you what type of person. That person causes family problems. Okay, it's it. Where are we at? I'm going where? Pluto. I'm so blessed, brother. I did the right thing. You damn right you did. Thanks to you. No, thanks to yourself, because you understood self-care. That's why you did the right thing. Because every time I hear you repeat something, it's all about self-care. And that comes from you, not from me, man. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you. And motivation, brother, you as well. Much love. Same to you. Much love and respect. One day at a time, all day, every day. One day at a time, guys. Every day we get through, we're one day closer to death. And for me, thank God, I don't want to die. I'll probably be scared. I may or may not be. None of us want to get old. But I always tell you guys, if you're living the right way and you get the grace of God, 80 years is enough to do what you got to fucking do and get the fuck out of here, man. Because I don't know any fucking rational person that wants to live that long in this earth. I don't. Okay, I'm very grateful for every blessing that I have. Okay, but I don't want to live in this earth for too long. All right, bottom line. How? I have people that follow me on IG just to see how I'm doing, disaster. They have my number, double disaster, but won't call. They just check my IG. I don't follow them. Let them follow me. I hear you. You're like you're like a couple years behind me. What I would say, man, no one should have your number. You should change your number, and you should not have an Instagram. And if you're gonna have an Instagram, have a dummy account that no one knows you. Why? Because those two things will fuck up your life. You're going to get your life together. You know what's going to happen, Hal? You're going to start to have family problems. Or someone's going to call you. Or someone's going to say, oh, you working now? You do this, you do that. It's a disaster. It's a disaster, man. That's my opinion. I'm not saying you should listen to me because I don't know your circumstance. But I do know, don't let too many people have your phone number. And only be on social media as yourself if you're getting paid. If you're not getting paid, have a dummy account. But don't do dummy shit. Just follow things that inspire you and help you, Marcel. I'm looking to follow Pluto's footsteps. Oh yeah, I read this. Yeah, about moving to North Cali, taking the steps to improve my life free of substances. That's key part, Marcel. Life can be tough. It damn right, one day at a time. It's very hard. I understand. I quit cigarettes. I never really had a problem with alcohol, but I did drink alcohol. But cigarettes was tough to quit. Substances are hard. So focus on that, waking up early, healthy routine, and you'll figure it out, Marcel. You're on the right track, man. God bless you. Pluto, at Marcel, I'm here for you, brother. Anything I can do, thank you, Pluto. Pluto, I will spend my life in Northern Cal, San Diego, South Florida. Life does not have to be boring and uninspiring. No, you can change your life. The nomad life will help you. The simple life will help you. Securing the bag, a main job and a side hustle will help you. And then you got more options. But if you don't do those things, if you just jump in your you did those things, Pluto. I know you're doing those things. But I'm making a statement now, not to you in general. If you don't do those things, guys, life is going to be very uninspiring because there's no adventure without the dollar bill. Okay, none. Okay, there's an adventure, but you ain't gonna like that adventure. Marcel, thanks, Pluto. Somewhere else may be better long term since I'm straight. No, that's all. I mean, I got into a little bit of a rant with the Northern Cal. Nah, look, I don't know. I'll let Pluto speak on it because I ain't from Northern Cal. So I got a little bit wild. I'm sorry. I'm big on surfing. That's the reason. All right. So I got a little wild on it. How? My sister always brings up what my father did to my mom and how bad he was. That man has been dead since 1997. I always tell her, get over it, move on. Yeah, that's powerful, man. What I've learned in life, man, is, you know the reason? Hal and everyone listening, you know the reason that storage units are $1 billion industry? People can't move on. A storage unit is a collection of your past. Okay. Now, if you're moving or if you have a business, a storage unit makes sense. But if you're broke, okay, and you're unhappy, a storage unit is part of your misery. Marcel, wow, Marcel. During 21 years on this earth, I've never depended on substance. I have seen how it's destroyed others' lives and don't want to go down that path. Thank you. Well, are you struggling with one now, a substance? If so, which one, if you want to share? Look, stress turns us to substance. When you stress, you go to drugs. However, I've had people that tell me, well, I can't, that's why I can't work because I stress and then I do drugs. And you know what they're doing now? They're not working and they're still doing drugs. Yep. So let me tell you something, guys. Save all your stress for work and none for your home life. Why? Because then you can live independent without family. However, if you don't work, then all your stress, okay, is going to be about money and you got to live with family. That's true. Now, if you can't work, get your programs, get your disability, get your Social Security, get your subsidized house, because I'm all for those programs, guys. I'm not mad at them. Hal, she is 5 years older than me. I am sure she seen some shit. Being a woman, I can understand a father is her first love, but my mom has a master's and is clean. She is not living in the past. Why are you? Yeah, don't try to figure it out, man. Like I always tell you guys, I recommend watching the movie The Cell with Jennifer Lopez when she tried to figure out the mind of a serial killer. And you know what the bottom line conclusion was? You ain't going to be able to figure out crazy. No matter how much empathy you have, even if you can shrink your physical body down to the size of a cell, that's what that movie was about, and then inject yourself in the brain of a psychopath. Guess what? You're going to see some of their memories. You're going to see maybe why they leaned a certain way, but you can never figure out why there was a Cain and why there was an Abel. See, Cain and Abel came from the same house. They had the same life experiences, same public school, same DNA. But one was a jealous bastard and the other one was a righteous. How do you figure that out? You can't. It's just the beginning of time. So you know what you do? You go back to the person in the mirror. Like Michael Jackson said, I'm looking at the man in the mirror. Problem is, a lot of people ain't looking at the person in the mirror. They're looking online for their family, for their friends, and investigating. And that's a damn shame. Marcel, no, never. I had a PN addiction. I don't know what that means. What's that mean, PN? How? Is that movie that good? I only like J-Lo and Selena. Deep song. Yeah, I don't think the movie's that good, but I think it's good with regards to the introspective way that you can never understand certain evils in this world. Even if you could literally get in someone else's head, you cannot understand someone else's philosophy, because there's no, like I always tell you guys, there is science and you have to respect science, but there's not an exact science to life. Okay? You have to respect whether it's faith, whether it's Elon Musk's ass hair, whatever it is that makes the world go round. There's something. Okay. How? Man in the Mirror is a deep song. A lot of people missed that message. Well, so did Michael Jackson. He was fucking with young kids, having plastic surgery in California. Michael Jackson was a psychopath. Okay. You say, well, that's because of his childhood, because of Joe Jackson. Well, maybe. But look, he had different kids. Some of them were, they all had a little bit of problem. That's true. Maybe. But you look, at a certain point, Mike needs to stop fucking around with having those kids over his house. But we all got problems. But look, what I say is, look, Mike, you know what happened to Michael Jackson, right? I mean, he basically drugged himself to sleep and killed himself. He couldn't sleep at night, so he was taking more and more medication. And what he basically did was just fucking kill himself. But Michael Jackson, guys, he was probably one of the most talented artists ever, but he was toxic. If you were anywhere in Michael Jackson's circumference, you're on a documentary. Not in a good way, in a bad way. So, same thing with R. Kelly. Like I always tell you guys, I went to an R. Kelly concert. I thought he was the greatest R&B singer ever. But whether it's because he had family problems, he lost his mom or whatever, I don't know. But I tell you this, if R. Kelly was my brother, when I was young, I would ask him for tickets for his concert. But as I got older, I would distance myself. Why? He couldn't stop fucking with young chicks. So that's the dynamic of family problems. When you're young, you want to be like, maybe your older siblings or whatever, and you want to hang out. When you're old, you say, oh shit, I dodged some bullets by, something bad could happen. Now I got to build my own life. That's a powerful message, Marcel. I meant adult material. Oh, porn? Don't want to write down the actual word. Okay, yeah. Oh, no, you're not doing no fab, are you? Guys, yeah, no fab. I don't know. I understand no fab, which is no masturbation, because some people get addicted to masturbating and they do like 20 times a day or something crazy. That's not healthy. But it's not healthy. Some of the biggest people with problems I met online, they're doing no fab. I haven't met one rational person that's doing no fab. None. Or I haven't met really one rational person that's been going their own way. I haven't met one rational person that blames their narcissist ex for their life. Nope. What I tell them all is this. Yes, you do need to separate from your ex. You do need to maybe separate from porn or masturbation. But you have to learn that certain things in life are healthy, certain things aren't. Now, masturbation is healthy. Why? Because you have a body filled with systems. Respiratory system, circulatory system, digestive system. Tomorrow I'm going to upload a video on how to take a dookie. That's your digestive system. But you have a reproductive system. You say, yeah, that's why I got 5 kids. Well, I didn't tell you to do that. That's why you're in poverty. What I told you to do is masturbate so that you release your reproductive system without the consequences, of your reproductive system. See, guys, when you masturbate, what you do is you shoot your load so that you don't have to pay for your load. It's like, when you take a shit, you shouldn't want your shit to live for 18 years and you got to take care of it. No, you take a shit, you flush it down the toilet. When you masturbate, you put your load in a sock and then you wash your sock. You don't want your load to turn into a kid. You got to take care of it for 18 years. That's my opinion. Yeah, that's my opinion. Yeah, that's how I feel. Marcel, I tried. Lasted 7 days. Well, there you good. I see one guy, he leaves a comment on a great viewer I used to have, young guy, used to do no fab. And there's like this psychopath that goes, oh, I've been doing no fap for 37 days. I had a relapse. I've been doing no fap for 7 days. I had a relapse. Like, he just keep leaving crazy comments. This guy's mentally disturbed. Okay. And you know, here's the other thing every mentally disturbed person says on YouTube. Clickbait. It's clickbait. They can't control their mind. You know? Like, do they go by like every store, and if the store has neon lights, oh, clickbait. Like, they can't, like, they only click on something, oh, Bitcoin's down 20%. Like, they won't click on, oh, here's how you understand protons and neutrons. Their mind is so primitive that they're so impulsive, okay, that instead of them saying, you know what, I have to work on my mental health because I'm too impulsive, they blame other people for their impulsiveness. They blame their narcissist ex. They blame all women. They blame their own cum from their penis. They do no fap. These are complete psychopaths. Okay. So what I want to tell you is this, guys. I could say it in a lot nicer way. And I love them. Okay. Well, again, I'm the good bouncer, guys. I'll let you get into heaven. But I'll tell you this. If you get into heaven and you start like doing no fap, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not God. So, and then they start quoting the scripture about like, Jesus said, like, even if your eye causes you lust, gouge it out. There was an R&B singer in the 90s that gouged his entire eye out because he couldn't stop masturbating. That was no fab in the 90s. Guys, the Bible also says women shouldn't speak in church and slaves should obey their slave masters. Parts of the Bible is bullshit. It was put together by men to control people. Parts of the Bible will save your life. You have to think for yourself. If you can't think for yourself, you're going to be going from religion and no fap to keto diet, okay, to whatever else. You can respect and love God and read the Bible and think for yourself. And if you can't do that, you don't respect yourself. And guys, you're brainwashed. So, you got to be able to discern the difference, okay? And make a decision as an adult. Again, and I thank God, for the church helped me separate and build my life. But again, like I did the research outside church. And I just used the church like a fat person should use Weight Watchers. They're just a supplemental support. But some people use the church and Weight Watchers as a show. I knew fat girls who and their husbands who would lie to them that would go to Weight Watchers. They would starve themselves on the program until weigh-in day, because every Weight Watchers, like once a week, you got to weigh your fat ass in. And then after weigh-in day, they would overeat. They would have Taco Tuesday. What? You're not really trying to lose weight. You're trying to just like impress people at the Weight Watchers school. I knew people that would go to church. Same thing. It was all a show after a while. And then I started peeping game. I said, hold on. Am I caught in a crazy algorithm? I said, I got to get the fuck out of here. Okay. I thank God for that time there. But what I'm trying to tell you is there's a certain point in life, whether it was your family, whether it was with a church, whether it was with politics, that you catch yourself saying, I'm in a negative algorithm. I have to separate myself. And if you can't, you might as well get a storage unit. Okay. And you might as well just basically destroy your life and live with a family. Fred, what's up, man? Slave owners use the Bible to justify slavery. Glad you mentioned that, Sam. Not a lot of people know that. Well, you're correct, but to balance that, Martin Luther King Jr. used the Bible to free, even though there weren't slaves in the 60s, but to liberate and to justify equality. So there is a double dynamic of religion and philosophy in the Bible, and probably, I'm sure, every other scripture, the Quran, Torah, is that anything of power could be used for good or evil. Okay. But usually the evil part resides when, it's just something you feel, man. It's like, like you kind of know, like that don't feel right, man. Something not right, it's like, I don't know. It's hard to say, but most people are followers, so I'll never forget the silence of some people. And that's how, like, to me, there's a lot of people even now, like a lot of the politic crap died down. I'm glad it did. But I saw like a lot of people, when shit hits the fan, they're silent. You know what I mean? They may not even say nothing, but they're silent. And I say, I can never trust this motherfucker. I don't care how nice they act now. I don't care how many members they have, how many friends. When someone is silent in a time of importance, I said to myself, I can never trust that motherfucker. Because if I was ever in an emergency, he would be, or she would be silent. And I'm not saying you should always speak up and do crazy shit. Some people go too far that way too. But I tell you right now, when you have to speak up and you don't, okay, I don't care how nice you are. I don't care how nice you are, the biggest piece of shit, okay, because you're basically a murderer, okay? You're basically a contributor, okay, of everything wrong in life and how things go on, how bullshit. I always tell you guys, one thing I learned at times growing up in a level of dysfunction is that an abuse can only continue if there's two things: an abuser and an enabler. Because at a certain point, by you not getting a divorce, you've allowed the abuse to continue. And I don't even want to talk about some people who they found out during the shutdowns they should not be married to that person. And now that things are starting to get a little bit back to normal, divorce isn't even on the radar. Okay. And I'll tell you this, your kids can't trust you, so your co-workers can't trust you, no one can trust you. Okay. Because you can't even trust yourself. Okay. And that's how a lot of family problems continue for so long. Because there's one person who just keeps their mouth shut, and there's another person who just can't shut their fucking mouth. Okay. And they justify it. And it's a toxic thing, man. It's a sad thing. Fred, I no longer attend church filled with hypocrites. We're all hypocrites. And again, I think church and spirituality has some value. And I met some great people in church. And I don't look down on my experience in church. I'm very grateful. It helped me. But, we're all hypocrites. So I don't look at any of us. Like Jesus said, none of us are really good. But there's a season for everything. It's like, you don't go to training so that you can stay in training. You don't go to rehab so you can stay in rehab. You don't go to boot camp so you can stay in boot camp. These things are there to build us up, to edify us so that we can then go on and live our life. You're not raised as a child so you can live in your childhood household your entire life. Unless you have some disability or something and maybe, whatever. But the whole point of church or any training is so that you can develop yourself so that you can go out and live life. Not so you can stay in this algorithm of regurgitation. And if that's the game, then yeah, you're going to fuck your life up. Adam, I agree with you, Fred. My dad was a pastor for 30 years. And the whole church turned on him after he retired, basically took his retirement money. Yeah, that's why church is, that's part of the negativity. It's like, to me, a church should be just like a YouTube channel. Okay. It should be your side hustle. Because if church is your main hustle, what happens is a disaster. Either you have to deal with bullshit that's not right, because once I saw it in the church myself. There was even a leadership meeting where the head pastor had said, if someone who's a big donor in the church does something wrong, you have to be very careful how you correct them because they're a big donor. And you have to think about that. If a pastor doesn't have any other way to make money, if he don't have any other side hustles, I can't trust his word. Okay. Now, it doesn't mean necessarily is your father's bad or this. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying, in my view, just like I don't trust a YouTuber who, I don't know, man. Now, look, can you have one hustle and still be trustworthy? Of course. But in a greater thought, I think that, look, money makes you live with family when you don't want to live with family. Okay. So if it's that powerful, do you think it will alter your message? If one day you read something in the Bible, you say, you know what? This fucking shit don't sound right anymore. But then, after 25 years of being a pastor, you would have to go out to your congregation and say, you know what? I don't believe in this shit no more. Okay. Even if God told you that, but it would stop your money flow, I don't think a lot of people would do it. Okay. And I can understand, especially if you got a family. You know, I don't know, man. It's like when it comes to creative things, and this is a creative side hustle, and that's why it's interesting and fun. You know, like working at Walmart is different than being a pastor. It's different than being a YouTuber. Because being a pastor, being a YouTuber, being an artist, there's not a regimen and a specific way you do it. There's a liberation of your creative spirit. You know, when you're stocking a shelf, you're stocking a shelf. When you're designing a building, you're designing a building. Now, you could say designing a building is a little bit creative. Well, not when you're not the architect and the company wants the building made a certain way. Okay. But see, guys, on YouTube or being a pastor, you're the architect. You're saying, no, the Bible's the architect. Well, do you know the Bible was written by other men? Were those men greater than you? When even Jesus said that, no, when they said Jesus was good, he goes, who's really good? And Jesus said, you're supposed to do greater things than him. And so, and then the Bible was put together by all men. Were women not smart enough? You know, so, you know, you start to look at the whole dynamic. And you can apply this to any religion too. Okay, I'm just picking Christianity because it's what's the talking point right now. It's kind of what America is. But you can pick Judaism, Islam, Buddhism, all that shit. There's good and bad in all of it. Atheist, you know, because like I said, guys, look, it's the Big Bang Theory, not the Big Bang Fact. Okay, so science is real, and we need it, but science is not exact. Ask Dr. Fauci. Okay. Ask the people who debate climate change. Okay. When's it going to happen? It's already happening. How long is it going to take? Look, guys, Bitcoin is not real, but it's at 50,000. Okay. There's some things that are real. There's some things that are fake. There's some things that we don't really know. Is it real? Is it fake? All I know is this. The realest shit in your life is family problems. And it's probably going to be one of your hardest things to overcome. And you're going to have good and bad family experiences. And there's not an exact science on how to handle it. Because I can't in good conscience say that everyone should do what I did and just kind of live on their own and only see people when you see them. But to balance that, everyone else I see that is staying around family and playing that game, they're mostly miserable. So I can't say I recommend that either. I say you got to figure that out for yourself. Okay, that's the message tonight. Fred, that sucks, Adam. I am not totally surprised to hear that. The church nowadays is more like a business. That church bankrupt, man. Churches are dead, man. Religion's dead. We're in a whole new algorithm now. I stay spiritually grounded without having to attend church. Yeah, I don't even think they open churches back up in the masses in most states. I think the coronavirus put the nail in the coffin for church game. I do. Thank you for sharing, Fred and Adam. All right, guys and girls. That was the message tonight. I appreciate everyone watching. Um, and that's all I have to say. Thank you.